All right, so today we're doing brisket. I already trimmed this and seasoned it, but there's two of them. So I ran out of seasoning. I thought I had enough, but anyways, I did not. So we used some Santa Fe coffee rub, and we mixed that with the smoky bourbon, and we mixed that with the Rancher's all-purpose. And then there's also garlic, and I did a layer of pepper before I put all of that, and paprika in that, sorry. And I did a layer of pepper. I did not add any extra salt because two of the seasonings that I used had salt in them. So we've trimmed the fat, and like I said, I've got two of them here. I got seasoning all over the place, don't mind me. And then I accidentally cut off little pieces of meat when I was trimming the fat. And I'm gonna also put this little jar in there. Well, it's a bread dish, but I'm also gonna put this in there. This is where I was mixing it all in, so it's messy, don't mind that. Anyways, we're gonna put this in there to smoke it as well, so it'll go down to juice, and then we will use that along with apple cider vinegar mixed with beer. Actually, I should probably do coffee since I used a coffee rub. Apple cider vinegar mixed with coffee? No, we're going to do it with beer. Apple cider vinegar mixed with beer to spritz these as they go along. So, and then we'll use some of the juices from this right when it comes out, like before I wrap it in foil for its last part, and then we'll let it rest, but it'll take you along. And this is my first time ever smoking brisket by myself. I'm not going to have any help, so it could be a colossal fail. I've never even paid attention to my husband why he does it. I mean, I've watched him season it. I know that he uses the apple cider vinegar. That's the extent of it. Everything else I've Googled, so if I mess it up, I messed it up. That's all me. But we're trying to clean out the freezer because we have another cow going in. We had 2 briskets. I was hoping for some pork butt, which is actually what I wanted to smoke today, but we don't have any. So brisket's what we're gonna do. All right, I don't have a spritzy thing, so we're gonna pour it in with a cup. Very carefully. And then we've got the tallow up there. And I've got a little drip pan down here. And then there's apple cider vinegar and stuff, and the beer mixed in there. I got it all over the thing when I was putting it in, but it's looking good. Now we're gonna shut it. All right, we're making like a macaroni and cheese tonight to go with the brisket. And I've got cream cheese in here, a little bit of milk. There wasn't much left. I wanted to use a 1/4 cup, and a whole stick of butter, and we're gonna melt it down. And we're gonna add a sharp cheddar, and then Colby Jack, and a little bit of mozzarella, and then we will top it with mozzarella, and we will add that to the smoker as well. So we just gotta get this all melted down, and I'll melt some of the cheese down, but then I'll also leave some chunks in there. All right, so this is the Colby Jack mixed with sharp white cheddar, and then also there was a ton of bit of pepper in that, I forgot to say. That's what all the little black flakes are. There's a ton of pepper in it. We like a lot of pepper on our macaroni. All right, so most of it's melted up pretty good. So we're gonna dump that on top. We're gonna add the last little bit of chunkies. And my mozzarella cheese was shredded. This cheese I had to shred. Well, I had to shred it today, but the mozzarella was frozen, so it's gonna be a little cold. But that's all right, because we're gonna put it on the smoker, so. And we're just gonna put a little bit of mozzarella in it. We're gonna save the rest for the top. And then I added a ton of pepper to that already melted cheese concoction that I had going on the stove with the cream cheese and the milk and the butter. It's not going to be like a creamy restaurant style. It'll be like a thick bake. I was going to use Velveeta and make it creamy, but I don't have any Velveeta, so forgot to turn the burner off. So we're going to do it like this. I'm making a mess on my stove. That's alright. I'll clean it up as soon as I get this on the smoker. Nice and cheesy. Alright. And now I'm going to put it in a foil pan because, one, I don't like dishes. And two, I don't want to put one of my glass pans in the smoker. I'm going to scrape all the cheesy goodness out of here. Even it out. You can see all those pepper flakes. I don't know if you can, but I can see quite a bit of them. Get that noodle off of there. Then we're going to top it with the mozzarella. And I am going to cover it so that, actually, probably don't have to cover it. It'll probably be alright. But I am going to let it sit here for a minute and kind of do a little bit of melting of that cheese so I'm not putting nothing cold in the smoker. Because, well, we don't want nothing cold in there when it's been running for hours with that brisket. And yes, I did wash my hands before I did that. Alright, we'll put her in the smoker. I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. I didn't realize how crooked I was till now. But yeah. Alright, so this is the macaroni and this is the brisket. It's got a nice bark. So we'll cut into it and see what it looks like. Hopefully good. It smells good.
Juicy.
Okay. All right, so the brisket turned out very juicy, very tender. For my first time, I am thrilled. It turned out great. But if you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, all the good stuff, and have a good rest of your day.